All right. There we go. Welcome everyone to Well-Being Wednesday. Happy health habits happy hour where we are learning to live a healthy lifestyle, one healthy habit at a time. And we are learning to live it, right? So that's our tag. I'm working on a tagline. I think it's good. I think I need a tagline for this. I want to thank everyone for being here. If you're here live, bravo, bravo. I know that's a big commitment. If you are not and you're listening in, it's also a big commitment to actually get a recording open. So these days, life is so nuts, isn't it? Just gets nuttier. So loving yourself enough to live a healthy lifestyle. So put your arms around yourself. Great big hug. Deep breath in, let it all the way out. Putting that self care and that self love on us today. I absolutely love the fact we get to talk about box breathing from Monday night because that is something that I have a really great YouTube video on box breathing, but it goes right along with our self love and hugs, breathing in, box breathing, however you want to breathe, 5 deep breaths, count on your fingers, whatever you want to do. It's all stop, get present, get in your body, right? Calm down the nervous system before we make poor decisions. And I myself have been not doing some things that I want to be doing. So I need to do my 90-second counting. So congratulations for being here. We'll talk more about that later. You are an optimist if you're here. You're a celebrator of small victories. You love to mark mini milestones. You're a crusher of daily goals, mentor of mastery habits, and you're a mentor of mastery. So we're learning to master our habits and we're helping other people master their habits, and we're a hero of those habits. So and remember, crushing a goal just means getting your shoes on and walking around the block. If that's it, or drinking your water, one thing a day, that's crushing a daily goal, right? So if you're here, you are an optimist. So congratulations. Round of applause for yourself. Hug, another few deep breaths in. So you're my people. This is where life is lived and learned, right? These are the moments that make life worth living. Being with people that are making their life matter and they're making their best health. You guys are making your best health in life. So you guys are my tribe. And I couldn't do this without you. And when they said a couple weeks ago that coaching is the secret sauce, it truly is. Because when I get up and if I don't feel like it, I'm like, no, but I'm gonna show up. I get up and I show up, even if I don't think about, even if I don't feel like it. And that's what we got to do for ourselves, right? Get up and show up and keep working on all 6 of these macro habits. The weight management, the tracking that we're doing right now is a skill set for weight management. The healthy hydration, the eating, the motion, right? Remember to commit to memory those 6 things because there's always some work in progress going from messy to a state of wholeness. And that's what we're working toward, especially if you're new and you're just looking in or listening in on this recording. We're always working toward that state of wholeness, going from the that messiness to wholeness. And then working on self-care and self-love, because if we don't do that, then we can't keep all the jars in our all the rocks in our jar, so to speak. So we've got to make sure that we have all the pieces of the puzzle, all the rocks in the jar. So um congratulations for showing up for yourself. I love the topic today, which was how to actually, what was the name of it, Sharon? How to reach your goal. I've lost sight of it. I can't.
How how to get what you really want, I
How to
think.
get what you really want. Yeah, there we go. So how to get what we really want is, right, doing all the 4 components of the program, the secret sauce, mentoring others. Even if you're not a formal coach, you're always a mentor of others. Mary's a mentor. Mari's a mentor. Jane's a mentor. We're always teaching people how. This morning, I talked to a gal named Patricia. She's teaching her family how to love her by not giving her birthday cake and by not giving her, food gifts. She's mentoring others and teaching them how to love without food. So, so yeah, there's always a work in progress, and I'm so glad you're. Oh, Anne made it. Good. Eileen made it. Yay! Welcome, girls. So, so we'll talk about Monday. And I know Sharon has notes. I have notes. I don't know whoever else watched. Please share. We will not have Deb. She's volunteering at her church today. Carrie, we don't know if she'll show up or not with internet. And then we have Kathy's husband was out with the cancer or with the surgery. I guess I won't speak to what it is and necessarily speak out of line, but I don't know that we'll have her today. And then Sandy, I am not sure what on earth is going on with her, but and or Grandma Betty. I don't know where she is, but we are going to do our thing. We're going to share our wins of the day. We're going to share our wins of the week and our learns of the week as well. So, Anne, we're glad you're here. I don't know how long you can be here, or if Mari, you want to pop in because you're on running errands, you're welcome to just get on voice. So please raise a hand or just go on mute and, say something if you'd like to. So Elaine and Eileen. All right. So Monday night, how to get what you really, really want. I don't know if anyone saw my live this morning, but you can go ahead and go back and look at it. What were your notes before? I'll do some announcements later, but what were your notes, Sharon, from Monday? What were your takeaways? Hi, Mayor. What were your takeaways? How to get what you really want. I thought he did such an awesome job. I know Mary she watched it. I know she has notes. Craig Blanchard.
Just a couple things. Presence is the practice of being fully aware without judgment.
Yes.
And another thing that they said about presence allows you to make conscious decisions with long-term values. And
Love it.
and
Presence.
short term is
Presence meaning being present in your body, right?
mind, body.
Present in your mind. Yeah.
Yep. Short term, is making those emotional reactions. Flight,
Yeah.
no. The drama triangle.
Yeah, the drama triangle. That's what he was getting at, is how to see and really even maybe for this 2 weeks, if you don't have a goal, how to see where or when you're stepping into the drama triangle or when you're dabbling with it. I took a screenshot of that drama versus presence graphic.
Yes.
I sent it to you guys because whoa, so good. Loved it. Are you in the drama triangle? Are you being reactive? Are you blaming? Are you in fear? Are you defensive? Are you frustrated? Are you being codependent? That'd be me. Manipulative, avoiding. Love that. So Sharon, do you notice that you dabble in the drama triangle, or do you notice when you are, and when you're below the line? Have you been noticing?
Oh, definitely.
Do you?
Definitely. Yep. When you're below the line, can't that stinking thinking is the term. Stinking thinking.
Thinking. Where do you feel like you'd play? Do you play more of the victim role or the hero or the villain role when you get below the line?
I think probably villain.
The villain?
I don't not necessarily think, well, why is this happening to me, or something like that. But it's somebody else's fault, or
Oh, Interesting.
Criticizing, that's another,
Oh,
making judgment,
oh,
making
that's
judgment.
fascinating. That is fascinating. I wouldn't have picked that for, I learned something about you. That would
I
not have
mean,
been my guess.
I want to say that those are the things that, but shifting comes a way lot faster.
You catch yourself now
Yes,
being
yes,
more critical and
yes.
judgmental and
Or I made, I thought this of someone, or, made an assumption, made an
uh-huh,
assumption. I'm like, okay, that,
mhm.
and so I'm like, no, just all the things that Dave Blanchard has ever said,
I
fire
know,
your
right?
ego,
He's so
fire
good.
your ego. It's your ego talking.
Yep.
And I can't remember the one other speaker, the ego, doubt, expectations, judgment, um, fear.
Yes.
That's your ego is throwing you all those things, making you fear, have doubt, judge, and expectation, not meeting expectations. So
Yep. Yep.
all of a sudden it's just like, oh yeah, that's my ego going again. So
And you're noticing it.
notice it. Yep.
Mm, that is a beautiful thing.
I
That,
have more than once, after listening to that said, okay, I'm firing my ego.
oh, I know, right? And Dr. A talks about that all the time,
That's who was,
every
yes,
month. Yeah, every month, the ego. Fire the ego, go in the corner, put your nose in the corner. You're hitting the nail on the head because with number like I think there was 3 steps or something to getting what you really want. And the first one was awareness and just being aware where you're falling below the line and you're playing in that victim villain hero. I would never put you as like the persecutor and the villain or what we call like the persecutor. That's so funny, little soft spoken Sharon. That's hilarious. But the awareness, here's what I loved about that part was he said we need to be aware in order to be response I always say response able, and he took it to another level and he said respond to your ability. Responsibility is responding to your ability. So but you have to know, you have to be aware before you can be response able or take responsibility, right, for your response. I loved that. I thought that was great. What'd you get, Mary? What are you getting out of Monday night? Anything else, Sharon? That
nope,
was your highlights?
more. I want to listen again, actually.
I know, right? I've already listened
I,
twice.
because I
Yep.
didn't get, all that I really wanted out of it.
I know. I've already listened twice. What about you, Mary? What'd you get? Hi, Grandma
Yep.
Betty.
Sharon picked 2 of my top 3 already, but I just want to go back to them a little bit. That presence, which is the practice of being fully aware without judgment, that segued me to a sermon I heard years ago that talked about how we judge from the second we wake up. We don't think we are. Is it hot today? Is it cold today? Am I tired? Am I energetic? Every single decision, every single thought, we are all judging something, you know.
Yeah.
And so when you think about presence as being fully aware without judging, he kind of talked about instead of getting hot or agitated when somebody has the different opinion or something quickly made you mad because you broke something or whatever went wrong, you know get out of that. Presence is getting out of that hot, that firing response to thinking about, isn't that interesting I reacted like that. Isn't that interesting? Oh, Sharon's the victim. Don't judge. Just, isn't that interesting? Ask those questions. Isn't that interesting? I want a cookie right now. Isn't that interesting? I think I have to run to the refrigerator. Get in contact, that presence with that emotion. What's firing that response?
Mhm.
Then it was segued to my second point, that presence allows you to make a more conscious choice that now aligns with your long-term value. I don't need the cookie. what do I really want? I would rather have that dress fit. I'd rather be back to my optimal weight. So slowing down, deep breath, letting that presence lead you. And then his words were again, short-term emotional reactions for me, food, or do I choose long-term fulfillment?
Mhm.
So those, I mean, this video I've like replayed a couple sections, haven't even finished it because I kept replaying,
I know.
really trying to get those. This is probably going to be right up there with my top videos after
Yeah.
this. And then he talked about the one
Mary's got the
extra.
top videos on speed dial.
Yep. And then the other thing is he said the value of food becomes less,
Mhm.
so I can become more. Isn't that
Mm.
what this journal's about? And he said it doesn't mean we don't enjoy food. It's not that food isn't important, but food doesn't have to be my ultimate, oh, I gotta have that now. Oh, I need that. It's my favorite. No, food becomes less because we're gonna long-term think, what do I really want forever?
Yeah. Oh, amen, girl. I feel like you just gave a sermon.
I'm
Yep.
sorry,
Amen.
everybody. Can I just, I'm sorry to interrupt everyone. It's
Yes.
just, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. The first time I tried to get on, nobody could hear me. So it really made me anxious. So I'm just sitting here squirming. I'm hoping somebody could hear me here.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you,
Okay.
Ann.
All right. Okay. Sorry to butt in. I just wanted to make sure.
It's okay.
Oh.
And you got on the right time zone today.
Yeah, I did with so many things, but I just wanted to also ask you, would I be able to get a chance when everybody's had their experiences to ask a few questions here? Because it's been a disaster since Hurricane Helene, and well, I did made some mistakes, and I'll tell you about it after. Would I be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You mean with your eating with your healthy
Yes,
habits? Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's absolutely go ahead and are you going to be here for the whole hour with us?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Let's come back around to that. Did you get to watch Monday night? Did the recording for Monday night?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure you got the recording for that, my dear, because it's a really powerful, really powerful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mary, to your point, back to that, I just wanted to add, I'm so glad you got on, Ann, is that moving from reacting, that whole fulfillment comes from true fulfillment doesn't come from food. I can't remember what you said about the value of food.
The
But
value of food becomes less, so I can become more.
mhm, mhm. And I screenshotted his summary and reflection too, and gave it to you guys, because ultimately, true fulfillment comes from aligning with your actions that toward what you deeply value. And at the end of the day, I always try to remember what I deeply value the most is my dignity, my self-respect, right? And my dignity, my self-respect, and my harmony and peace in life. And you know what I'm saying? Like those are at the core, and joy. Those are at the core of my, though, what is it that brings me that? Well, it really isn't eating the extra food, because then or the extra dessert, or then I rob myself of the time that I want to spend with my husband, co-regulating on the couch and just calming down before we sleep. And like that just robs me of my dignity, self-respect, harmony, peace, everything. It's just in the moment to remember that. That's what I really value, not the taste of this thing. It's just that disconnect, and it's a constant awareness. It's a constant awareness. So yeah, I really appreciate this about being present, because it goes along with what we've been trying to learn all the time, right? Then he talked about the breathing, slow down and breathe, and then he did the box breathing part. That's exactly what we've been learning this whole time to do is to slow down, breathe, and that's the way to shut off. Does anybody remember? Betty, did you watch Monday? Do you remember what he called the brain? No? Margot, anyone else watch? Do you remember what he called Mary or Sharon?
The limbic system?
Huh?
The limbic system, is
Yes,
that what
the
you mean?
limbic
Yeah.
system. Yeah, the limbic system. He showed the picture of the brain. The limbic system is this little teeny part in the middle, and then the frontal cortex is what makes the decisions, and that's way up here. And that little teeny piece in the brain stem is the limbic. You're right, you got it. And
Yep. And the limbic system is closer to the blood supply, so that's what fires first. We first hit the emotions, and it takes us longer. We have
Yep.
to breathe so that it takes longer that we can actually use the
Yeah.
brain later.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was all me. I loved it. The neurology of that was so fantastic. Yeah, so awesome. Margot, did you watch Monday? Do you have any notes to share? So many.
Pages. Yeah, it was one of the better ones I've heard in a long time. And it was all very basic. It was totally about what you think you want and what you really want and how to go about getting it. And not to get lost in that drama triangle where everything is, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, this isn't going to work. No matter what you tell me, it can't happen. As opposed to going to, this is what I want and this is how I'm going to go about getting it. And all the different steps that you want to take to make that happen, and getting, in essence, getting the negativity out of your life. Because all it is a waste of time. But being positive and moving forward and working towards something is giving you a lot more in the long run. And if you're going at this, I think the most profound thing was in the very beginning when he said, if you're doing this to lose weight, it's the wrong program to do.
Amen, sister.
Because this is all about life transformation. If the weight comes off, that's great. But first, concentrate on the life transformation. And I know that was exactly the truth for me. Without a doubt. It was not the weight first, it was the life transformation that made the difference. And when you make that and then lose the weight, then you can keep it off, because the transformation becomes ingrained in your system and it becomes second nature.
Yeah.
And you can do it. So, and
that's what when I opened up my little study, my little meditation book this morning, and I did that live this morning. It was talking about your first commitment must be that are you devastated enough? Are you devastated enough? Are you depressed enough? Are you desperate enough to say, okay, I'm done with quick fixes. I'm done with tactics. I'm done with the next new pill, potion, and lotion. I'm done. Are you Are you that desperate? Are you that devastated that you have got to do this? Like, you need to have that core, like, I'm making changes in my lifestyle, in my life for life. That's it.
right.
And it's got to be like, that's the only way we can really, and Mary's a testament after 5-6 years of doing this. And you too, Margot, 10 years. It's a testament to the absolute commitment to not living the same way anymore, period. Leaving before behind. And that commitment almost has to come first. And I love that, because it goes right along with everything he was saying. Don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. And talking about emotional reactions are the short term.
Yeah, short term.
And you have to sit and be able to honestly analyze them and go, is this for real, or is this just my emotions speaking in the moment because I stubbed my toe today or whatever? And the other that I liked, that was
emotions
a very
are momentary. That was beautifully. Emotions are short term.
Yeah, but the other one that I thought that was good is when he talked about being at home and it was evening and he said, I'm hungry. I think I'm going to go into that kitchen and get something. And his wife said, are you really hungry? And he stopped to think about it and he went, no, I just want something to eat. And she's, well, and go eat. And he goes, no, I don't need it. Because he realized
Yep.
for whatever reason, he was having an emotional reaction to food being available, to it's there. I
Mhm.
think I want that, but do I need it?
Right.
Does it have to be in my life? No, it doesn't. Not at that point. It's not
Yep.
part of what your plan is for
Yeah.
the future.
Yeah. I think that I think that's a great goal for this like 2 week, the healthy mindset portion of this, or even and when we do these little 2 week focus groups, it's a great activity to find a time to, I think, to count how many times in a day, do an awareness tracking, like how many times in a day did you actually make an emotional decision in retrospect, right?
Yeah.
Look back in the day and go, like be aware. How many times was I making emotional decisions? Because you won't be maybe necessarily unless you just sit and look and think about it. Does that make sense? So
Well, and part of that is when he said presence, being aware without being in judgment,
yeah.
being able to face your weaknesses and then work to overcome them. If you
Mhm.
can get into the present, you can make the conscious decision that you don't need that you can change that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
all too often, we just give in because it's the easier way to go,
Right. Exactly.
or we think it is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we pay the price later.
Roxy, chime in if you have anything to say. Absolutely. I would love to have you. Betty, you got a win of the week, or have you got Roxy, did you have notes for Monday? I know Betty didn't watch, but
Hi. No, I didn't. I don't have notes for Monday,
okay.
but I really enjoyed the I said the breathe box,
The box breathing.
the box breathing. Yes,
Mm-hmm. You
yeah,
do that.
yeah. I do love it because it helped me. I remember since I know oh, I forgot her name.
Carrie?
Carrie, yes.
Yes.
So we were practicing that, but I mean, I didn't know all the benefits about it.
Yes. 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 So you've been practicing it and you notice a difference that helps you be present.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
So doing that box breathing along with just, the self-love kind of hug stuff is everything. There's no way I can tell you safely that when I saw and read the habits of health, I could intellectually make sense of them, and that makes perfect sense. And I should be able to do that, but I still couldn't do it when I first started 6 years ago until I learned about breathing and self-soothing and calming myself down and calming the brain down, because literally that little limbic brain is always I was making emotional decisions all the time, and that was what changed everything for me, is learning what you just said, Roxy, learning to go to box breathing instead of react, right? So that in itself is a skill set that takes a while to learn. But now we can practice presence when we learn how to breathe. So that's what you're noticing, right? You can be more.
yeah, I didn't know it really affect how you, yeah, but it makes sense. You're present because you're more calm, and then you can think better
Yes.
about it and said maybe it's not so bad. What I was thinking, it was like, the end of the world.
Right?
Yeah.
Master the breath and you can master everything. It's just crazy how much that breathing is so important. And when we hold our breath, we just get that carbon dioxide buildup and our brain gets stressed out. Let it go. One big breath out. When in doubt, breathe out. And thank God for Carrie, because she taught me that and introduced me to that as well. So
Well, and it shows you that you can go beyond the moment
yes.
and focus on the future. You know, when you can calm yourself down and love yourself enough to be open to who you truly are and what you truly want.
Yeah. Do you find yourself breathing, Margot, more, or Roxy, do you find yourself breathing more or being more conscious of breathing?
Being more conscious.
Yeah. How about you, Betty or Sharon? Are you more conscious of calming down first? Oh, Betty, you're on mute, honey. How about you, Sharon?
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, the awareness
Yeah.
and getting into the present with, the breathing, getting back
Mhm.
to,
Makes it big.
like, really,
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
what is happening.
Really, what is happening? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. How about you, Betty? Are you off mute now?
Okay. Yeah, I think so. Mary brought up something that it brought a vision to my mind, and it's where I'm at. Think of a swimmer in the water. And if someone's drowning, they've always said, don't go out to them, hand something to them because they'll clutch at anything.
Right.
I'm drowning right now and I'm clutching at food rather than relaxing, going with the riptide until it, gets close to shore and come in that way. I'm not doing the breathing. I'm not doing the relaxing. I'm clutching. I'm trying to grab the food. That what she brought that vision of a drowning person
Yeah.
who could just relax and float to shore.
Yeah.
And I need to remember to relax and float to shore and not clutch at food. And that's what I'm trying to grab and clutch and climb up out of this abyss with the food. And the food only puts you back further down.
It
Yeah.
causes you to drown. Oh, Betty, what a great analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
It comes from the bottom of the barrel right now, but my win for this week is yesterday I got up very, very depressed, and I just shot off a note to Dr. Michelle, and I said, this is what I'm not allowing to happen, not allowing. And I said, depression is here. I am not accepting this depression. And she sent me back 2 beautiful Bible verses right away. And it just changed my life immediately. So my win of the week is get in touch with your coach. Remember your coach. Love your coach to pieces because
Betty, you
they
know that line? You were below it and you knew. And you said, no, I'm not staying
No.
here. Boom. You went right
No.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a humongous win. It took you minutes to know that you were below the line,
Oh
right?
yeah. I knew that. I right away at 6 o'clock I knew, and by 6:30 I'd already sent her a text off. Bless her heart. Yeah.
Way to go. I
Awake
mean,
or not awake, I
yeah,
had to do it.
our biggest
But-
challenge is to stay below the line shorter and shorter and shorter periods of time, right? Just
Yeah.
But
I
the other
love
part of her win was knowing you're not alone.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Knowing you're not alone, whether it's your coach, a
Yeah.
friend, a family member. Don't try to do it alone.
Yeah. No, you
You
can't.
don't need to.
Absolutely.
No, and you
Because
don't need
won't
to.
make it. You won't.
There's too many, and there's too many of us. If you
Yeah.
sent an email out saying, help me, I'm going down for the count.
Yeah.
I'm drowning. Help me, I'm
Yeah.
drowning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there isn't anyone here that wouldn't come
Yeah.
back and go, how can I help?
I
Yep.
know. And I got through a lot of the problems yesterday, and I finished up this morning. So a lot of that was taken care of. And my only thing today is I got back at 2 minutes after 12. James said, we just gotten home, and he said, isn't your program on now? And I said, oh my gosh, yes. And I came in here, and then there was panic because I couldn't find the magic word. I went through email. I went back to October 2nd to find the word join. I click on join and I get right to you. Otherwise, I can't get to you. And so 18 after, my panic is up to here, but now I'm
You're
Breathe.
okay.
calm. I'm
Just
calm. Thank you.
breathe.
But yeah,
Yeah, just breathe.
but
Just
Cool.
breathe.
yeah,
You know what? I love the drowning analogy because, like to Margot's point, if you just try to save yourself from drowning alone, you'll probably drown.
yeah,
But if you yell out and say, "Help me," then
yes,
someone will come and throw you the life preserver, right?
that's right. That's
Mhm.
right.
Yep, someone's gonna throw you the life preserver. So good. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Well, bravo to you guys. Thank you.
That's awesome.
I give you bravos because, and that's where the panic come in. It's like, no, I'm missing my Wednesday. I missed last week, but I'm here. I'm here now.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So
Thank you for
thank
being here.
you. Wins and learns. Anybody else have a win and learned to share? I know that Mary's had some wins and learns. How about you, Anne? I know you wanted to say you learned something from the hurricane. You had some wins, but you had some learns, right? What did you learn during the hurricane down there about your healthy habits? Well, maybe she won't be able to get off mute. How about you, Roxy? You got any wins and learns? Mary, Eileen, Jane? Anne? Are you off, Anne?
Oh,
No, we can't hear her. Okay, Marisol, do you have a win of the week? I could share. She's lost 10 pounds and it's not even been a month yet. Woohoo!
Yay.
Exciting. Yeah, that's exciting. I don't know if she can get off of mute. How about you, Roxy? Wins or learns this week?
Yeah, I'm still thinking, sorry, I have them and then they're gone.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem. Anyone else have a win or a learn to share? Lessons learned. I have learned to put my jeans on more often because I'm at the top of my 5-pound window and I'm not liking these jeans very well today. So I am dabbling a little too much in my dessert time and I'm going to value my time with my husband more than my extra things I think I need to eat.
yeah.
I have to go back and see what I'm doing because there's things I'm not tracking. There's obviously happening here. So that's my learn is I gotta do that now. So learning, speaking of, this week we're focusing on the habit of healthy weight management, which is tracking anything. Tracking is a great habit of health. I am tracking my 5 sacred self-care. My 5 sacred self-care things, which is my nighttime ritual, my breathing and counting to 90, which gets me out of the dessert early. So there we go. That's what I'm doing. Anybody else got something they're focusing on for 2 weeks that they're tracking for our tracking challenge here? Anybody, you want to track something, Betty, for 2 weeks?
It sounds like I should. It really does. I think I would like to keep track of an abstinence time and say from by 8:15 when I go in and brush your teeth and be absent until morning for that first fueling.
Okay.
Not go in. So that I need to do that.
Let's do that for 2 weeks then.
Okay.
Yep, you and I, we're gonna track that evening thing.
Okay.
Are we doing the evening thing correctly? And that's my sacred.
So like a 6 hour, 8 hour, just an 8 hour block of you don't have to eat. You really do. You're not going to drop dead because you didn't eat.
Yep, we need to allow our bodies that rest and digest time.
Oh, I like that. Rest, digest.
and digest. We need to give our body a rest so it can digest and rest.
Very good.
That's good. That's what we're tracking. Anyone else have a tracking goal? They're tracking thoughts, emotions, reactions, water, food. What are we tracking this week?
Okay.
Next couple weeks. It's a great little skill set to have, gang. Because awareness, right? It's about awareness.
Yes.
tracking
Yes.
it, then we're aware of it. And then what you do is just in the chat group, just say, I did it. Or Betty, in your case, text me and Michelle and Margot and just say, I
Okay.
did it. Okay, whatever it
Okay.
is. Okay.
I'm going to use that line more. Just to check off. You can just send a check back to me or a happy or whatever.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be just. I need accountability. I need to say.
Then you go and text us. We've got that little group text. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
text
need,
us that you
and
did
that's
it.
the only way I can. I just can't. I can't do this other stuff, or it evades me. So
Yeah. That's what we're doing for 2 weeks. Just keeping track of something. One thing,
okay.
one little micro habit, right? One little,
Yes.
little small thing. What about you, Margot or Sharon? What are you guys gonna track?
Wow. I guess for me, I've got all kinds of like annual physical doctor appointments after my cardiology one coming. I had one yesterday. I've got another one tomorrow. So I'm getting through all those steps and trying in my mind to know what my outcome will be. I want to know, or in my heart, I want to believe what they're going to tell me before they tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And believe that what I've been doing consistently and regularly and openly is going to pay off. That what I'm going to get back from them is going to be, you're doing what you should be doing, just like it was with the cardiologist.
So you're tracking what? You're thinking?
So I'm tracking results,
Okay.
because pretty much since I stay at the same weight all the time, and that those are constant results. But my internal health, the issue with my legs and the wounds on my legs and things, what I'm going through with my angry esophagus, and that is getting to the reasons why and what I can do to better it, or know that what I'm doing is what I should be doing.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
And that will come when I get my results. So that's where I'm at.
Got it. Yeah. Anyone else? Anne is like she raised her hand, but are you there, Anne?
Yeah, I'm here. I don't
Okay.
know how this works. I don't know. I've raised my hand, so I don't know if anybody sees it. So
No.
no,
We don't
I
have.
don't see it. No.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay, okay.
And
All
I
right.
was telling you that you could talk, but we weren't hearing you. So
Oh, all right. Well, here's what happened. Hopefully you guys will give me a chance to explain. We some of you will know we had a Hurricane Helene here in the south, and we were without water and power, the whole power outage in the whole neighborhood. So lo and behold, we could not get food, and we were worried in case we would have had to throw everything that was in the freezer. So what had happened, we were at the mercy at some of the restaurants that were open. And of course, you had to eat, you had to drink. So unfortunately, the 5 pounds that I managed to lose successfully with the green and lean and observing what I'm eating and keeping a sort of mental track went out the window. So we ended up eating, obviously when hungry, going to the restaurants. And, as a thyroid patient myself, well, it's weird, Amy, but I don't know how this works, but I've gotten on where I've gained the 5 pounds. And normally, you're not going to remember this when I first came on here, but I mentioned one time to yourself in the group that it seems I could gain between 3 and 5 pounds and then lose it the next day, not because of anything, but because of, water retention, fluid retention. But that's not happening anymore. Now, I ate something
Awesome.
like yesterday, like beans, like baked beans, and some maybe fresh tomatoes cut over it. And that's what I had for lunch. And then later on, I had, like a Thai soup. I wasn't a friend of it, but it was Thai soup. and some rice crackers and a little bit of butter on top. Well, that did not do any good. So I'm really disappointed in that. And I don't know what happened. I'm trying to figure out what has my body done that's so different suddenly that I've gained all that weight back.
Well, all you could do is really track it, and track what you're eating, and track your, how your scale responds, and then you'll know what's triggering you, triggering that body to, retain water, and because you're probably not eating enough calories to gain that weight. You're just it's somehow trying to protect you from whatever it was you ate.
Well, it's weird
It's
because a
something
diet,
that you're intolerant to, or something that you're, allergic to, or something that your body just doesn't process well. So just track what it is and the response, and just step away from, don't react to it. Just, isn't that interesting? Just be curious. Isn't that interesting? When I do this, then that happens. When I eat this, then that happens. That's really the only thing that you can do.
well, are we not supposed to be like eating as women in our age group, or I speak for myself, under, I don't know, under 1,200 calories for women or under 1,000 calories?
It just depends on your total energy expenditure, your body size, your age, and we all have our own total energy expenditure. So you have to calculate that for yourself. And it depends on your level of activity, your height, your weight, and your age. So, and I can send you that link so you know. And you have that 3x3 plan. So we've gone through it before, but we can go back through it. So you can see exactly which plan or what calorie control count you need to be, shooting for. So.
Well, and Dr. Amy, isn't the 5 and 1, isn't that typically like around 900 calories?
Yeah,
if you're adhering to it, okay.
She's not.
But also, isn't part of it, she's gone through an incredible emotional situation too, that your mind and your body are responding to.
Absolutely.
And part of it, I would have to think subconsciously, is you are thinking about, well, I've got to eat, but where am I going to get the food? And I'm not getting the food where I'm used to getting it from. And all these negative responses are going through your head, kind of like the Monday night program when they talked about flight or fight. And right now you're in that stage where it's like, oh my gosh, my world is upside down. Nothing is as it was. So it's very hard for you to stay on track with exactly what you were doing before that helped you to lose the weight.
It's very stressful. Yeah.
The
and
stress
frustrating.
actually causes our cortisol to increase, right? And then that causes us to gain weight or hold weight as well. So, and do you have the life book? Can you go to page 109 and make sure you're looking at the drum?
I don't have that. I don't have that.
You can get them used on eBay. I recommend that you do, or there's videos online, we can give you that are free, but yeah, you're Margot, you're right. She does have lots of stress chemicals.
Oh yeah,
so
exactly. And the body reacts. Without a doubt, the body reacts, and you've got to give yourself the grace to get back to an even ground. And that's going to take a little while with what you're going through.
Yeah, that is frustration on my part, Margot, as some of you girls could understand, because I started off with 168 and I thought, okay, I could get my weight down, but instead the opposite happened. And it's just that my world blew up, and because of the hurricane, because of a hurricane. And
you have to give yourself grace. It has to be about your stress, your dignity, right? Your peace and your harmony, and not your weight. Okay. And you've got to shift your thinking away from those numbers, and just about your eating for health and life, and your eating for peace and for dignity.
Well,
that's
question, do you guys get on a scale every day? Because I do.
No.
Okay. And I do, but if I don't keep track of it, I will go up. That's what's good for me. And where you're at right now, I would say that the best thing would be to tell yourself, this is for a temporary period. I'm not going to live like this the rest of my life. I'm doing the best I can. Good girl. And give yourself a compliment, because you are doing a good job, and you're not going in there eating sundaes and a pound of chocolate cake. You're trying to eat something that's decent for you, even though we know it's probably not,
Yeah,
as
I'm not even eating cakes and,
good
candy or,
girl. Then give yourself a compliment for that. Yay, Anne. She's not eating cake. Yay, Anne. I'll give
Yeah,
Yeah,
you a
I'm telling you,
smile and
if I was in a hurricane like you, Ann, I'd be eating all kinds of crap. I mean, that would be my first go-to. And so bravo to you, girl.
yes.
Bravo. I would say
Mm.
just stop the hyper focus on the numbers and just start to hyper
Yeah,
focus on the tracking of the habits.
yeah.
And
And-
if you, yeah,
and I, for me personally, and I've done this for 10 years, I weigh once a week.
Yeah.
Because I used to, when I first started, I did the everyday thing, but your
Yeah.
body changes. And just because I have something I shouldn't have today, it may not show up for a couple of days. And so, you got to give your body a chance to adjust to the way you're fueling it and what you're doing. And I found that once a week ended up being a much better point for me to check with. Because when I was doing it every day, I was going up and down and up and down, and it was driving me
Yeah,
crazy.
that's what I was doing, as I was mentioning before to Amy and another time, that it was fluctuating. It's like the I don't know, the retention or whatever you want to call it was
yeah,
fluctuating, and I couldn't understand the weight loss from 3 to 5 and back again.
no, we
And
can't
now,
do that.
yeah, and now when you mentioned maybe I could just try and focus on weighing myself once a week
Mhm.
in the morning, maybe preferably after a morning bathroom break, and you get on
Yeah.
those scales, and
Yep.
you get on the scales naked or with
Yep.
clothes.
However you do it, the same every time. The
Mhm.
same every time.
Yeah.
Same day, same time, no clothes, after you've gone to the bathroom. That's the best way to do it. Okay.
And I think the other thing is, and be aware of the environment you're in right now and know that it is temporary,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just
Yes.
deal with it. Do the best you can with what's in front of you. And no, you waited till whenever to decide to lose a little bit of weight, right?
Oh, I
Okay.
need a lot of bit of weight.
Yeah.
Okay,
A
well,
lot of
but
loss.
still,
Yeah.
you
So-
waited a time before you made the decision.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now you just need to give it time to let the hurricane pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I'll send you the total energy link so you can calculate that for yourself. Okay. So in the interest of time, we've got to get going. So Margot, we
Oh.
have to end with your words of wisdom.
Okay.
And just so you know, guys, the 28th, remember your family and friends around you we want to be optimists, right? Mentor others. So invite to the turkey challenge, a 28 day on the 28th. We're going to have the turkey drop challenge. There's no formal tracking, but it is going to be every single day. There's going to be recipes and tips through the turkey drop challenge in the Optimal Life group. So invite family and friends. There's no reason why anyone shouldn't be right in there to learn and grow with us. Okay. So that's starting on the 28th. So check in every day. Thank you for the pumpkin shop, people. Margot, Roxy, Sharon, you guys rocked it. And thank you for doing that. That's so awesome. Thanks for playing full out. And then one last thing, don't forget to pop on those win calls if you can at 9 and 8 p.m. So we're going to start actually having a little bit more reminders. Sharon's going to help us do little reminders and things. So I have a call at 1 I got to get to. So Margot, you go ahead and read your Margot's moments, and I will love you, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Dr. Amy. And,
Thank
and
you.
You go
Thank
ahead
once,
and take your moments.
once again, this falls into what we've been talking about. And Anne, it's almost like I'm reading this to you.
Thank you, Margot.
Okay.
Mhm.
I am in control of my reality. Words and thoughts are powerful because they are the building blocks of our beliefs and attitudes. They have the ability to shake our perception of ourselves and the world around us, influence our emotions, and even impact our physical health. The thoughts you choose to believe and the words you choose to say are forming your experiences and your reality. Listen to what you say. Cultivate a daily habit of nurturing thoughts and speaking words that align with your desired outcomes. So be kind to yourself and be patient. And the only thing I will add to that, everybody, please, it's getting close to time. Make sure you vote.
Yes. Yes.
That's it for today.
Good.
Love you guys.
Okay. Thank you, Margot.
Yeah.
You,
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I guess we just closed it. I don't know.